Must be quite a long day, Amol.
Yeah, a lot of talking, like kind of similar things. So please don't mind me if I sound mechanical. Yeah, मैं बोल चुका हूँ 4 बार. बहुत मजा आया शूट करने में. बहुत अच्छा था. सबके साथ मजा आया.
So you're basically being Jay right now.
In this for this 1 minute, then I will go back to being Amol. And like, yeah,
Hey, but congratulations.
thank you.
I think we'll never ever forget you as Chittvan from
Hmm,
tripling, but now getting to see you play other roles, it's fantastic. And more than
thank
anything,
you.
to see you as a full-time wedding planner and a part-time life problem solver, and as Jay, the
Hmm,
wedding planner. Talk to me about
hmm.
how you approached the character and what was the brief given to you.
I think Ruchir, who's the director of our piece and who I know from before, is a very good friend of mine. He had called me and he had told me. एक तो हमेशा whenever people call me for a character, he said कि ये तेरा ही है, तू ही है. Even when Chitwan was given to me, he said कि तू ही है. I was like यार ऐसा तो मैं नहीं हूँ यार. मतलब ये ऐसे क्यों बोल रहे हैं? But I guess people who know you or people who know what you're capable of, they kind of know they've already seen and imagined you in that part, and I guess he had, and that's what he said. He said this is something we are making. We want to keep it fun and light and have like a banterish quality to it, but between the two characters, this one is a little bit of what. And I remember him saying कि वो he's like Saru but he's charming. ऐसे नहीं क्या बोल रहा है तू ऐसा अभी तेरे को ये भी चाहिए वो भी चाहिए कैसी बात है ये. But I guess I got a sense of what he was saying when I read the script and we started reading and we started rehearsing. And so I realized what that fine line is. So you don't want to like dislike him for being like, kya saru aadmi hai. But he is. He's just almost cute in his cynicism. So I think that is what we were trying to achieve. That it should not become very like sad and this thing, but it should still be somebody who kind of balances out her the character Avani's excitement and the wide-eyedness about love and marriages. And I guess both those philosophies also exist within all of us. I think we all have our days when we are feeling very hopeful about such things, and there are days where like, ये सब कुछ नहीं, ये सब बकवास है, प्यार व्यार.
Absolutely. And I think somewhere along the line, it's about balancing the energies, right? Radhika
Hmm,
Madan is playing this character who
correct,
believes in destiny and love. And here you are being as real as possible. And in just a bite sized, in one
hmm,
episode, there's
correct,
so much
correct.
of depth to your character. There is a reason why you are. I wouldn't call it bitter, but there is a reason why you are the way you are. Your parents and your background and all those things come into play as well. You're on
Sorry,
mute.
sorry. I was asking, have you seen the film?
Yes, yeah, I've seen it.
That is why all these insights about parents and all. Suddenly, for a second, I was like, my background, my parents are. What does he know? Yeah, so yeah, I think yeah, it's about balancing the energy, and it makes for fun viewing also. When you have like you can't be completely from two different worlds. Like it can't fall apart as a film also because it's primarily these two people on screen. But it also has to establish the fact that they might be similar in some ways, but maybe in this way, on this topic, at this point in their lives, they have views and they're very confident about their views. This also happens a lot. कि देखो मैं ऐसा लगता है और यही सही है तुम्हारा ये सही नहीं है. You are wrong and I am right. But in a fun banter show. So I think,
Absolutely.
and which is what also shows you that maybe deep down inside they have a slight chemistry going on, which is why it's not like they're rejecting each other completely. Yeah, मेरे को तेरे साथ time ही spend नहीं कर रहा. They're going on bantering, going on needling each other, and that is what I guess what we thought would be the fun thing about the film. Why people would want to watch them go through this banter for
Yeah,
25 minutes, half an hour, and I hope that's happening now that you've seen the film.
absolutely. It's just one's interpretation, right, as to
Hmm.
how they take the story forward. Let's talk about Amol Parashar as an
Hmm.
actor and how your journey in showbiz
Hmm.
started, Amol.
Hmm.
IIT Delhi,
Hmm.
you of course were part of the corporate world as well, but
Hmm.
switching lanes per se, how did it all begin?
I mean, it was all quite unplanned, I would say, and there was a sense of let's see what happens. Let's up nikal jao gaadi leke road trip pe. Let's see where we reach. I think it was more like that because one, I didn't know anyone here. It's not like I had any connection or any friend or colleague or school friend, college friend. Like my whole life, I was too far away from all of this. And second, I also didn't know how good or bad I was. मुझे क्या पता मुझे एक्टिंग आती है नहीं है. I used to do theater in college. मे भी ठीक है आपको आईआईटी में बेस्ट एक्टर मिल गया अभी उसका क्या मतलब है आपको पता नहीं है रियल वर्ल्ड में ठीक है यू आर द बेस्ट एक्टर हियर इन दिस इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज but what does that mean in the outside world? So I think there was not this idea that I will go to Bombay and I will do this and I'll come in this, make them karke dikhaunga. So nahi tha. This is something I wanted to do. This is something I enjoyed doing, and I wanted to give it a shot and see. It was just about giving it a shot or not. I could go on with my life without giving it a shot, thinking, ki, should I have? And maybe, and I told myself that this is probably the right age because the older you are, the more cynical you are, the more used to you are of a monthly salary, it'll get just more and more difficult to take that plunge. So I think that's what happened, and then more or less, I would say just like I just stuck around. Most of it happened just because I just stuck around. I just something for whatever reason or the other, whether it was me, my stubbornness, or just like things, something or the else kept happening. I just wouldn't leave. Yeah, even when I had nothing to look forward to, I decided one more day. Let's see what happens. And I guess it kind of like paid off. Otherwise, I would not have had all these experiences that I'm having now if I had at some point in the journey said कि हो गया यार हो नहीं रहा है चलो जाते हैं वापस.
Right. You believe in the art, you believe in yourself, and you enjoy the hustle and the grind of it. You stay in
Correct.
it long enough. And now, of course, the world of OTT is exploding. Like how, compared to, say, mainstream cinema, at one point of time, people who aspired to become actors wanted to be part of cinema. Whereas
Hmm.
now, are the dynamics changing completely?
No, it's not like people don't want to be a part of films anymore, but I think the problem or the constraint with films is still the same. What used to happen, why it was maybe more frustrating 5 years ago when there was no OTT, is that films have, they've been around for so long, they have come to a certain template now. कि film होगा तो ऐसा ही होगा, उसमें characters होंगे तो more or less once in a while you'll see maybe 3 films in a year which will kind of try to break that mold and try something new. And in those 3 films, probably will be 6 characters that will be offered to unknown faces that might be, that might help them show their skills and talents. और वो छह छह रोल जो एक साल में मिलने वाले हैं उसके लिए 6,000 मे बी equally deserving actors हैं who are ready and willing to go, and not everybody will get that chance. So I think there was a lot of like entry barrier into films, which is not there in digital. People are looking at newer stories. People are in fact looking constantly at fresher things. मतलब अब I've had a couple of times where I really, I was really looking forward to being a part of something, or I got to know that somebody is getting made, and I said, no, no, नहीं, आपको बहुत लोग जानते हैं, हम लोग को कोई fresh है, like what? Like this is exactly the opposite of what I would hear 3 years ago. कि आपको कोई जानता नहीं है, हमको कोई ऐसा चाहिए with people know. And now suddenly you're telling me कि नहीं 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 आपने बहुत क्या हमको एकदम fresh कुछ एकदम fresh energy और fresh. So अच्छा ये भी है. So I think this is something that is a good thing about this medium right now, at least, fingers crossed, and I hope it stays that way. That people are willing to take risks, for the lack of a better word, कि कुछ नया करते हैं. Let's tell a new story. Let's tell a story that's not been told. Let's tell it in a way that it has not been told. Let's tell it with people who probably have not, who will bring something fresh to the table in terms of writing,
Right.
directing or acting. And yeah, and I think I would not have imagined 5 years ago that I'd be sitting here giving interviews all day.
Let's talk about Feels Like Ishq and all the other characters who are involved as well. Of course, you are saving the date, but do you have a favorite story from Feels Like Ishq? There is Neeraj Madhav.
यार
There is
आपने
Vidya.
देख लिया है, मैंने देखा नहीं है. मुझे नहीं दिखाया किसी ने. आपको दिखाया है.
All right, then.
I
Then
think
I
I'll only get to
will
watch on the 23rd.
lovely.
Then I'll find. But I know a little bit about the stories. I know the makers, and I know some of the actors personally. I know many of the makers personally. Anand Tiwari, who's directed the Rohit Saraf film, and Tahira Kashyap, exciting filmmaker. I'm looking forward to Jaideep Sarkar's film. I'm looking forward to. I know a little bit. I know Jaideep. He had mentioned a little bit about the film. I'm very excited because I really like the premise, and he was very excited about having when he shot the film also. Then Danish Aslam's film. Uh, there's Six was Sachin's film. So I think I am very excited because I know some of them personally. I know Anand, I know Jaideep, I know Rohit a little bit now. Uh, Sabha, I know I've worked with her. So I'm looking forward to watching those 5 stories more than mine because मुझे पता है more or less कि क्या है क्या नहीं है, what to expect. But there are other things that कि वहाँ क्या है, वहाँ क्या हो रहा है. In fact, in the trailer also, you're like suddenly like I am almost watching it as a normal person because I'm like we are just 1/6 of the trailer. The
Right.
rest of it is like, अरे ये क्या है? Oh, this is shot in Mahabaleshwar. Oh, this is shot here. So it's fun. It's a
So
fun
it's
experience being a part of
okay.
something like this.
Yeah, it's an assortment of everything that we get to
Yeah.
see with Feels Like Ishq. Thank you once again for this. Before we wrap this up, a quick round of rapid fire. I just need you to just say things in a
I'll
heartbeat. Is
try.
Amol
I'll try.
Parashar yay or nay for marriages in life?
Today, nay.
Okay. An actor or an actress that you definitely want to work with?
Ranveer Singh.
Nice. That would be interesting for us
Yeah.
to watch as well.
Which is a completely different energy. I've only seen him on screen, not met him in real life, but I think it's nice. Like some people have their original voice and energy, and I like that about people.
Right. A director who is your dream director and you definitely want to be directed by?
I used to say Shooty Sarkar. I got a chance to work with him. I would definitely want to work with him again because this was a short stint. But if I were to say a new name, maybe Anurag Kashyap.
Oh, nice. Right. So many people who have been dabbling with different disciplines. Some of them are trying out Pilates. Some of them are learning how to play the guitar. Pandemic times. Have you picked up any new skill per se?
Yeah, I didn't pick it up. I did try to learn the guitar. In fact, I had a guitar that had been lying around for 5 years. And first day of lockdown, Jesse lockdown announced hua, I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? This is the time to touch the guitar. It's almost like, all those shows films suddenly this close-up shot of the guitar zooming in. And I picked it up and I downloaded an app and I started learning. So I wouldn't say I picked up the skill, but I did tinker with it. Literally.
Rekindle
Yeah.
the romance as such. Awesome. Just the last couple of questions. Sometimes would you ever think of going back to the corporate life, or you're happy that you made the switch at the right time?
I mean, I'm happy here right now. I'm not against it. It's not something I look down upon. There's all those things about this thing and it's so boring. I don't know. Like that's a part of me. That's a part of me that I used to enjoy. So I can't deny that. So I wouldn't say कि possible ही नहीं है. But I'm having fun here, and I've been having fun for a decade now. So it's I think these are good signs.
Yeah.
I
Continue
might
having
not
fun.
leave.
And Amol, where do we get to see you next, and what interesting projects are lined up as such?
Right now, for sure, what we know is you'll get to see me in Feels Like IsHQ on 23rd July on Netflix in 190 countries in front of 208 million people. And uske baad wala abhi, I don't have any clarity. Of course, there's Shoot Sir's film. There's a film with Vishesh that is ready. I'm starting on the project, which is a film. But right now, I think times are uncertain. And anyway, these calls, my work is done. I'll go and act and come back, and then rest of the thing is, it happens when it's supposed to happen.
You're a top guy. Stay humble as always and keep rocking, man.
Thank
Loved
you, man.
uh,
Thank you so much.
chatting up with Jay, Chittvan, Amol, Parashar, all of them combined into one. Look forward to seeing you in plenty more
Yeah.
characters as well. Cheers, buddy.
Thank you, Sriram. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Take care.